It's a beautiful fall day. It'd be a great day for a velomobile ride. Unfortunately, I cannot. Today is Saturday, and a week ago, last Saturday, I ended up having a crash at about 40 miles an hour with the Milan. I'm going to go over a little more detail of what damages I got on here. Also, as far as my damages, what happened to me. First off, I was wearing a helmet. I always wear a helmet now. We've got a lot of stone walls on the edge of the roads, and well, I ran into a stump on this one. The helmet, yeah, I'm just looking over again. I see no scratches and nothing evident from this crash on the helmet. Looking at the video, I realized we did a barrel roll, but the helmet didn't get touched. I've got a few various things, bruises up along here. I've got one. I just noticed another one on the computer. That's the big one there showing up all of a sudden. Primarily it was on my legs. My right ankle is still slightly swollen, and I think it jammed. I think it was cleated. That was extended. That leg was extended when I crashed, and I might still have something fractured. It's still a little tender, but it's been a week and it's better. Other than that, scrapes on knees, I'm fine, and that's the way I look at it. The Velo protected me, and that's what I wanted to do. It didn't survive as well, but it can be repaired, and I will be repairing it. I don't quite know how to do that yet, but I'll figure it out. Or the process, the general process. I was wearing a hood, wearing a helmet, and I had my short manhole cover on here. This is one I made for the Milan so I could store it inside. The day I was riding was a little cooler, so I enjoyed having this for a little bit of aerodynamics. It's damaged, has to be replaced. Let me bring it back in a little bit more. So it's all cracked, mashed up a bit here and there and stuff, and chips. One of my hinge cups is still attached in the front. One of them popped off, but that part broke, so I think it hit something. So anyways, that's got to be rebuilt. So let me bring it in a little closer so I can show you these things in a little better detail. Had a lot of people asking questions on online, so I figured I probably should try to answer most things. If I seem a little verbose, I'm just trying to answer a lot of different questions. The speed I was traveling at, I'm estimating about 40 miles an hour. I was riding with a Wahoo Element. Recorded the data, but there must be some corruption to it because even though I keep synchronizing, sending it to ride with GPS, the ride data is not showing up in ride with GPS. I might try another system. I also tried the Garmin 360 camera. That data is also corrupted. It shows I was going about 4 or 5 miles an hour at the time, and that's certainly not correct. So I'm guessing because I had just come down a little bit of a decline, just a little bit of a hill. I just started to pick up speed, and I was probably right around 40 miles an hour. Oh, and one other question was, steering wise and input. When this happened, I think I've heard somebody describe it, all of a sudden it felt just kind of squishy. As soon as I felt that, I'm like, what's going on? And you're starting to, it started to come around, the tail started to come around the left side. I was steering, obviously, to not hit the stump, and was just surprised, like, it's just not responding at that. I'm pretty sure I had the brakes on. I can't really remember if I did or not, but still, we hit it at probably a good 30 miles an hour at least, and then hitting the stump, maybe up to 40. I slowed down a little bit. So starting here along the back, we've got a large scuff along the top. Did not realize until I reviewed the video that I had actually gone down to the left side first, and we did a barrel roll, kind of pivoted off of here, so that's scuffed and scraped down quite a bit of gel coat, but it's not through. The minor little cracks up in there, not too bad. Same thing on this side and here. There's some little spots there, but they're not broken through. And a little bit of crack here. Now the Milan is made in 2 parts in a big mold, and then basically bonded together as one piece, and that's the parting line. So it shifted there a little bit, and I'll just have to do some repair on that. Okay, and this is my camera tower, which holds my Garmin 360 camera and also holds a Cyclic 5 Fly 6 for rear-facing video camera. The kudos to Garmin for the mount. This is how it was. It was hanging off the side of the Velo when I crashed, and the mount held the camera intact. You can see a little bit of scuffing on the lens. That's the only damage physically I can see on the camera itself. The GPS data might be skewed up now because of the jolt, so I'll probably have to send it in for servicing. I'm not as happy with the Cyclic. This is the Cyclic. You can see the mount is actually still stuck right there. Those are the bolts I used to mount it into the camera tower here. So it ripped off the back somewhere. One of the reasons I'm riding with this, A, the nice bright lights off the back, but it's also recording video and constantly looping, and if you have an accident, get hit by somebody, so if it flips like this, it's supposed to save the data. I'm looking at the video card here, there's a file name for data, but it's empty. So it did not save the video. So I think an accident camera should be able to record an accident. I'll contact them in this. So for the rest of it, left side here did not take too much damage, mostly up in the nose. There are cracks on left and right side of the manhole. I think what happened obviously is once I hit the stump, that my body weight tried to push the machine forward, and that's what the stress caused that. Like I say, I was riding my little short manhole cover, but it's only attached up in here. It doesn't give any physical bonding to that side of things. The rest of it, oh yeah, this is broke the mirror mount, or the mirror cover. And then coming along here to the front, and I will say that the kudos to the builder. This is the Canadian made Milan, and it does have Kevlar, carbon fiber Kevlar mix up in the nose, which is safe because now I don't have carbon fiber pieces, chunks that were flying around at me and breaking off. Rather it was, you know, kept intact. This will have to be sanded down, and the entire machine will be sanded down and painted for restoration. There's a crack up here, the front corner of the manhole. I think that might have been the boom. This part here matches it pretty much exactly with the boom. That's straight through. So I think the boom smacked that up through there. Very fortunate the boom did not hit my knees. Well, more than it did. And left side here, right side, I'm sorry. So a lot of these actually over here down lower are scrapes in the gel coat, and that would have to be sanded off, so it's not that bad. Okay, and here's the front underside. This is the part that really impacted into the stump. You can see on this left side down here, it's kind of folded back over there. That's a lot of that's a Kevlar. Right here are some holes I had drilled to put in a horn. The Milan did not come with a horn. And there was a lot of frayed edges there, so the Kevlar, so. But it helped to fold this thing in. There's my air intake for the front that I made. I guess it's a testament to the strength I made in that. And here's looking forward. So what makes it so difficult to unclip, since this was really, well, I don't know what's holding it there now. I guess the front body is holding it. You can see up in the nose, it broke right off, but it's still kind of attached up in there. So it was very awkward to get my foot unclipped on the left side here. And this matches, like I say, with the hole right up above here. So I think this would rattle around and put those holes in. And interior in the back, there really is no damages. The understructure is looking pretty good back here. I don't see cracks or anything like that. So I think most of the impact was really absorbed up into the nose. So again, the underside, there aren't any really any significant damages at all down here until you get to the nose. Well, again, as I mentioned, there are some cracks on the side here, right at the corner of the body and the wheel wells there. Okay, and here is the rear tire. It's a Schwalbe Pro 1 tubeless easy. I am not running with tubeless. This was running with tubes, butyl tubes. Let me rotate it around. And here's our blowout. So this brings me to why I named this video A Tough Lesson, because I just have to say that this is due to my own carelessness is why this accident happened. And let me show you. I gotta not kneel on my bad knee. Here's my blowout. What I'm covering here is my inflator valve, and I'm sure you can see that that's off at an angle. And I haven't taken this tire apart yet, but I'm gonna say pretty damn sure that the end of this valve, the part where it grabs the tube, is right there. And I know that when I did put air in this machine the day before I rode, I was lazy, pushed my air inflator valve, my floor valve pump up into here and latched it on without taking off this cover. There's 6 screws to take off the cover, and I didn't check that this was square. I think this was actually just bubbling out just enough when I was turning a little bit, because I've got plenty of clearance back in here, and the same thing up in the front here when it comes around. I got plenty of clearance. It wasn't hitting in here. It might be hitting somewhere up inside, but just enough rub occasionally as I probably turned to the left, I guess, to wear that hole through and then blow out. So I just hope that other people can learn from my dumb mistake. Don't be careless. And I got to be more diligent on checking my tires. As far as everything else concerned, the tread looks okay on this, the tread area, and I don't see any wear that there was consistent wear everywhere. It was just that one spot. This is low because it was on the trailer there. Hitting that just one little bubble, just occasionally hitting it enough was to blow it through. So I think a lot of people were assuming that I would just fix this. My initial thought was no, I don't know how to do these type of repairs, but I think I can figure this all out. So I will be doing some repairs to it, but I will be working on the Zephyr first to complete that. This one's going to need quite a bit of time. Obviously going to have to strip down the gel, well, you'd have to sand off the gel coat, prep this to eventually paint it, do all the repairs in the meantime, plus it needs a boom. Zephyr project is a little cleaner to work on right now, and it's a big project in the middle of my workshop, so I'd like to have that moved along, or at least condensed a bit in size. And so it brings me to the Zephyr as well, is that I have decided with my Zephyr project that rather than using the Katanga aluminum boom that I have, I'm just using that as a model, if you will, and I'm going to be making a carbon fiber boom. I haven't done that work yet, but it's something else I have to figure out. So my mind's already working towards doing that, not so much on the repairs part. So this is going to be mothballed. I'm going to take off the wheels, take everything out of it. I have to take my power meter pedals out of there. And the main hood, the large manhole covering the hood that came with this unit, I was not riding with. They're on, they're fine. So I'll put them on here, and then I'll probably shrink wrap this thing to kind of keep everything, all the critters out of it. It's going to be 5-6 months before I get to this easily, I guess. On we go with projects.